Hello everyone, here we go, Chattanooga 70.3 North American Championship with the beautiful golden black trek speed concept. Here just 2 days before the race, got here yesterday, 40K, easy spin on the bike, a little swim as well. Just normal pre-race routine, that's it. We got my boy Schiff here for the video of the week. And gonna meet the guys for Ironman for the Fighting Chance video. Probably they'll be out there with Kenny, so yeah.
How are you feeling so far?
We will see. Kind of same as Oceanside, not super confident, haven't felt that good in intervals, especially the last few this week, at the beginning of this week. I felt, just a bit tired around training. Okay in training, but tired around training. After Oceanside, I had a really good volume block for my Ironman. Was hitting 30 hours, body felt pretty good. And then I did that gravel race, which I was out there for almost 8 hours, and that was a pretty hard effort, obviously. I guess almost like an Ironman, obviously a bit easier on the legs since you don't have the run pounding. But since then I've struggled to fully recover from that, I guess, because we got back into training fairly quick after it, and I've been feeling a bit tired.
Who do you think's in your radar for Chattanooga?
Yeah, we have Ben Canoe for sure, and there's like 5 guys from the top 10 from Oceanside, so definitely Jackson Laundry, who won in Oceanside. Ben Canoe is right behind me. Then we have Jason West, and then guys like Steve McKenna, Trevor Foley. Maybe it could be a dark horse. He was super strong in that White Lake half pro race. And am I forgetting one? Eric Lagerstrom. Chattanooga 70.3 North American Championship. It was an important race for me in my build-up for Ironman France, and obviously as a standalone race as well. I decided to have just 2 races, Oceanside and Chattanooga, for my in my prep for Ironman France, my first full-distance Ironman. And I only had 2 races, so I wanted to perform at both on my way to the Ironman. And To summarize quickly, got 3rd. It was a solid race, but didn't really play out how I wanted it to. I think overall the course is too easy, and the downriver swim keeps the guys together, and then on the bike it's extremely difficult to get away, and then it becomes a runway race, which doesn't play exactly to my strengths, even though in the future I would like to be able to win, even if it's 10 guys just on the run. But some of these top guys are running extremely well, and it's very difficult for me to be at that level. Again, I wasn't super confident for this race. Kind of same as Oceanside. My pre-race intervals were not amazing. I mean, some were pretty good, but the week of I felt kind of tired, and I kind of struggled to recover from my gravel race. It was, hard, almost 8 hours, and it was difficult on the body. Wasn't really sore from it because it was just cycling, but pretty hard on the body, and I don't think I took enough rest in just the few days after the gravel race, and got back into training for Chattanooga, the race intervals, and I was just a little tired around training, and so I didn't come into this race the most confident, but I knew that I got the training in, and that if I was recovered well, things would be fine, and it ended up being pretty fine. So for the swim, there were 60 guys on the start list, but I'm not sure everyone was there, even though there were quite a few guys there. And I started towards the middle right of the field, and Ben Canoe and some other strong swimmers were towards the left. So you could see at the start of the swim, I found some clean water fairly quick. I was on the hip of a fast guy, and then settled into 3rd position of the guys that were on the right side, but there was a lot of fast guys, I could tell, just 20 meters to the left. And so for a while it was like that for maybe 300 or 400 meters at least. Yeah, probably about 300 or 400 meters. And then we finally kind of all merged together, and I was in maybe, sixth position or something. And I could see maybe some little gaps were opening up, but it ended up everything kind of came back together. But Ben was ahead. He had about 16 seconds, I heard, on the first chaser. So I was about, just from swimming behind the guys, I was about 25 seconds behind. And that was it. It wasn't too hard of a swim. I wouldn't say it was easy either. I mean, it's still hard effort. But yeah, if I really had to accelerate in some moments, I could have done it. So that was not too bad of an issue. But the problem was that half the field was together, actually. The first group was maybe half the field, including guys like Jackson Laundrie, Matt Hansen, Jason West. Well, he hasn't had too many problems following the first group in any case. But that downstream or river swim kind of maybe helped keep the whole field together a little, which wasn't going to help for the bike coming up. So onto the bike, I had a pretty fast transition, and I went pretty quickly to the front of the group to try to catch Ben Canute, who was about 25 seconds ahead. And I didn't feel that good at the beginning, but still was pushing decent watts. But we weren't really catching Ben. And then a few guys went around me, but I was towards the front of the group most of the time. And then I threw in a solid surge at maybe 20K. Looked back a few minutes later, nothing happened, and then Matt Hansen came to the front of the group, and not long after that, at around 35K, I threw in another big surge, and that was one of the main ones of the whole ride. And that's where we finally caught Ben on the hill towards halfway of the course at 45K, and we had a bit of a gap. Jackson Laundrie kind of came with us, and I kept on going hard for maybe 10 minutes. It was a solid surge, VO2 max watts, but in the end I turned around and the whole group was there. So that was a little disappointing, but that's how I was on the day on that bike course, and with how strong everyone else was, I guess, and the draft effect of the group as well, obviously. I threw in another surge at 60K, but I'm not even sure if the others felt that. And that's it. After a while of being ahead, I told some guys I just literally sat up 100 watts, and some guys went around because I didn't want to be the dummy that was just going to lead everyone the whole bike and then get crushed on the run, and finish the bike like that. The last 20K I was in, fourth position, and trying to get ready for the run. So then onto the run, I had a pretty fast transition. T.O. was ahead. I put on no socks, which I'm regretting today. My feet are pretty destroyed, but it saved a few seconds, I guess. And so I started in second, and then the whole group was right there, obviously. We were all within 15-20 seconds max, and started running. Fairly good pace. Wasn't feeling amazing though, not like Oceanside, for example, where the first K was just super fast and didn't even feel that hard. Here definitely felt the heat, which wasn't in Oceanside, obviously. And just decided pretty quickly to keep the pace under control, because without having the wind from the bike, I just felt the heat kind of just around my face like that, like a bubble. And I was thinking that I better slow down or I'm gonna blow up with just overheat. So most of the guys from the group passed me, so I settled into 8th, I guess. But I was running a solid pace. I mean, I was around 5:30 pace average. Maybe obviously a little slower on the uphills, but averaging that on the ups and downs. maybe 5:35. But yeah, it wasn't a bad pace. The guys were just, some of the guys were just pulling away so much. Jason West, Matt Hansen, Steve McKenna, Andre Lopez. That's a lot of guys that you see just running away, and it's a little demoralizing. But at that point, you just have to stay strong mentally. Tell yourself that you're just gonna do the best you can for 21.1K, and that's all you can do. If you do the best for yourself and they're still faster, well, you can't be unhappy about anything. So I kept on the pace. Then after a few Ks, I started catching a couple guys, Eric Lagerstrom, Tim O'Donnell, who encouraged me to go get the other guys. And then I just kept on my pace. Felt fairly strong. I was taking some gels at the aid stations and just ran kind of my own run. Jackson Rondry was never too far ahead, maybe 30 seconds max ahead of me. And then he was starting to come back to me. And then I would see Andre Lopez, who was way ahead in the first 10K, start to slow down as well. And then at that point, I was maybe in 6th, 5th, and I never thought really I could do a podium still. But then kept on going at it and started catching Jackson, who was just 10 seconds ahead, and I could see Andre right there. And I was like, wow, if I can pass these two guys, I'm on the podium. So this would be pretty amazing, but I was hurting pretty bad, and I wasn't really, it kind of takes time to prepare yourself. Okay, I'm gonna have to do now the last 5K even way harder than I've been going, which is already close to 100%. So then I passed Jackson. We had a good little battle there. I put in a few surges. He would stay right behind me, and then on the last one, just a mile from the finish, I finally got him. And finally learned Andre never made it to the finish line, unfortunately for him. He was having a great run, but overheated. And very happy in the end to finish 3rd. Jason West 109 low, Matt Hansen 109.50 something half in this hilly and not very hot conditions, let's say. And I went 111.50, so quite a bit behind, but still solid run, and that's the best I could do on that day. 3rd, was never gonna run with those guys up front on that day, and yeah, in the end, best I could do.